A young male Daspletosaurus is resting in the early morning. Growing up to 30 feet, this was the lion of the Cretaceous. However, during the winter season, the Daspletosaurus must eat extra. Luckily for him, he has found 2 Pentaceratops corpses. These corpses can feed him for 2 months. However, Daspletosaurus were fiercely territorial, and competition will arrive. The Daspletosaurus has an early morning siesta after a large meal. Late Cretaceous Canada was home to many unique animals, such as these 2 battling Chasmosaurus. It is the mating seasons for most ceratopsian species, and these 2 males are fighting for a female. Growing up to 16 feet, male Chasmosaurus used their large flat frills to defend and fight. Despite being smaller than its relatives such as Triceratops, it can still defend itself from most predators. This male has lost the battle. He will have to wait until next year to mate. It is also the mating season for this herd of Styracosaurus. Growing up to 18 feet, it was only slightly larger than Chasmosaurus. Just like Chasmosaurus, they use their frill and horns to fight for their mate. In the winter season, the herds of ceratopsians such as Pentaceratops, Chasmosaurus, and Styracosaurus will migrate south to the warmer weather. Once they reach their destination, they will lay their eggs, and once their young is ready, they will migrate back to Canada. The hadrosaurs will accompany them. Only the carnivores and the ankylosaurs stay behind. Winter is only a few weeks away. Meanwhile, a rival Daspletosaurus has entered another's territory. This leads to conflict. The loser runs away. During the winter, competition for food and shelter will get more abundant. Occasionally, these fights cause fatal wounds. Daspletosaurus, when given the chance, would eat the carrion of a fellow Daspletosaurus. This male, however, was fatally wounded by a Pentaceratops instead. The jackal of the Cretaceous is in search for a fellow pack. This is Dromaeosaurus. Growing up to 6 feet, these raptors were specialized to take down small herbivores. Unfortunately, his pack has abandoned him, and he is all alone. He won't last much longer, as he is very old now. Ornithomimus, a 14-foot omnivore. These creatures form large herds that typically congregate. These creatures are eating plenty of food right now. During the winter, they will hibernate. These herbivores usually feed on ferns and small plants that grow close to the ground. Though it may seem defenseless, they can use their long legs for powerful kicks like those of kangaroos and ostriches. They also can run up to 30 miles an hour. This female drinks from a small creek Canada is also home to many species of duck-billed dinosaurs called hadrosaurs. These are Parasaurolophus, growing up to 16 feet. These herbivores boast a long crests on their head for display. Its teeth were continually being replaced and were packed into dental batteries containing hundreds of teeth, but only a relative handful of which were in use at any time. It used its beak to crop plant material, which was held in the jaws by a cheek-like organ. Parasaurolophus were ground feeders. They were specialized to eat plants close to the ground, typically in swamps. But during the fall and early winter, they transitioned to feeding in fields and forests. Hadrosaurs such as Parasaurolophus lived together in large herds. These animals had strong social bonds which helped them survive against predators. The Dromaeosaurus has fallen. He is now a meal for this Deinonychus. This was one of the smartest of the dinosaurs, with a brain the size of a golf ball. However, a rival appears and the two fight. This is a Stegosaurus. These small herbivores are equipped with a thick skull. These animals during the mating season will headbutt each other. These skulls are also specialized to defend against small predators. During the winter, they will migrate south. There is even a species of small oviraptorid called Chirostennids. Like most oviraptorids, it is an omnivore. Its thick coat of feathers will help it survive the winter season. The late Cretaceous Canada was home to a myriad of life, but winter is coming. It is the winter season now. Rarely it snows, but this year is different. However, many of the animals are adapted to this cold environment. Canada during the late Cretaceous was home to ceaseless volcanic activity. Natural gases under the surface of the earth warm up the water, creating a natural hot tub. A group of Daspletosaurus are having a drink. These are all youngsters and stick together until they become full adults. These are the largest carnivores in late Cretaceous Canada. These carnivores maintain plenty of body fat during the winter to keep them warm. Daspletosaurus was a tyrannosaurid. It was in the same group as Albertosaurus, Toposaurus, and the famous Tyrannosaurus. Few ceratopsians stayed during the heavy snow. However, the large Pentaceratops is an exception. There is less competition for food and less predators. Only a small herd of Pentaceratops stay behind. However, these herbivores are still secure from the predators. Another one of the only few mega herbivores that stay behind is the ankylosaurid, Euloplocephalus. At 17 feet and 5,500 pounds, this herbivore was practically invincible to any predator. Thick armor on its back and a powerful tail club was enough to protect it. However, the Euloplocephalus won't be able to survive any blizzards. She will have to find a cave to hibernate in. These animals are so heavily armored that even their eyelids are hardened. The Daspletosaurus is on the hunt. He must conserve his energy, killing a young ornithomimus. The sun is setting. During the Cretaceous, the world was much warmer. The snow will only last to -3 weeks. The snow begins to fall heavier. A blizzard is coming. For these pentaceratops, they will begin to move more slowly to conserve energy. The blizzard has begun. A small carcass has been discovered, and a group of Daspletosaurus fight for it. In an hour, the entire landscape is covered in a thick blanket of snow. The northern lights dance in the sky. It is unique to the northern and southern circles. The dinosaurs are subjected to the bitter cold. Meanwhile, a Daspletosaurus is hunting down a Pentaceratops, a risky move, but he is driven by hunger. The Daspletosaurus has been wounded, allowing it to get away. A few hours later, the blizzard clears. The sun reappears and the snow will soon stop falling. Soon, the snow has completely stopped falling, and the landscape is covered in snow. A group of Daspletosaurus feed on a dead Euoplocephalus. It froze to death when it couldn't find shelter. Dinosaurs were some of the most successful animals on Earth. They thrived on all continents, in all habitats. For 180 million years, the non-avian dinosaurs survived and thrived. In the next episode, we will see how they took over the world.